All right. Let's see what we can do live-wise. You don't look impressed. Just focus on her the whole time. People might like that better. Hit that like button, guys. We're going to talk about the Orville. Twice in a lifetime. Pretty good episode. Isn't that right? She doesn't care. All right, let's adjust this camera back to where it should be. Sorry, I'm not making anybody like motion sick or anything. All right. So I'll wait for a few people to get here before I really start talking about it, but yeah, you can see a pugtail. This is the way. Captain Casey Stewart is here. Matt Boardman, this one broke my heart. Well, we're going to talk about that and see what we come up with. Funny thing is, didn't break my heart. Just going to put it out there right now. Ed did nothing wrong. Ed did exactly what he should have done. My only problem with it is, should he have told Gordon that he was going to go 10 years in the past and erase Gordon's family? No, I just would have said, okay, well, if that's your decision, see you later, my friend. Then go 10 years in the past and do it. Just saying, that's how I would have handled it as a captain. I would have still gone to see him. I would have still said, you should come with us. You know, you've done things wrong, whatever. But I wouldn't have said, oh, we're going to walk out the door and we're going to go back 10 years and we're going to get you before this ever happened. And yeah. So anyway, Joshua 11345 puts in $10, so thank you so much. Hello, love this episode. Like sent. I bet Isaac will use the time travel device to get Charlie's friend and bring her to the future a moment before she dies. Interesting idea. Interesting idea. Kind of like that. Sylvia's here. Hey, Sylvia. Love you, sweetie. She says, I see Pug butt. Yes. And the Pug looks thoroughly unimpressed. Here. You can see. Pug. Precious. Precious. Where's Memers? Is she downstairs? She's on the live. Memers is here. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really have her be on camera as much as I would like because she's an idiot. No, I'm not talking about Sylvia. I'm talking about the Pug. All right, I don't see why you can't take the family with them because she has family and something she does in the future may affect somebody quite a lot, make them reevaluate their life. There's a lot of reasons you can't take her. I thought the same thing, and then I started actually thinking about it. You can't take her. The kid, sure, whatever, because he wasn't in the original timeline. She was. She could be kind to someone on the street, totally change their day, totally change their outlook on things, and, you know, affect somebody in the future that improves their life and therefore makes them important in history. So you can't take her with them. That doesn't work. That was like one of my original ideas when I was watching the episode, but when you actually think about it, it just does not work. Okay, really, for the record, hate wearing glasses sometimes. I really like the Isaac and Charlie stuff. Charlie was way less irritating. I think they're trying to fix her character, not have her be so, you know. Matt Borman, that was the part that broke my heart about it. He should have just gone back without saying anything about it first. Yeah, and I also wondered, are they going to tell him when they get back? And it seemed like they weren't at first. And then when they did, he's like, you did the right thing. And God damn, sorry about this. But yeah, I totally agree with Gordon. I'm glad he felt that way. I'm glad he wasn't mad. Yeah, he didn't experience it, so he didn't really know the kid or the relationship that they had. Yes, he loved her from a previous episode, which leads me back to one of my problems with season 3, New Horizons. Is it New Horizons? Because you've done nothing new. You keep revisiting older fucking plots. You don't need to tie into an episode that happened in season 1 or 2, and that's all every episode has been about. Every episode is tied into something previous, and you don't need to do that, Orville. That's a problem for me. Every once in a while is fine, but not every fucking episode based on something that we've already seen before. That doesn't need to be the way it is. So, anyhow. Claude says, personally, I think the moment he knew they were 10 years off, he should have even went to see Gordon, just wait it out and go back to the right moment and then go see him. In hindsight, yes, but honestly, that's kind of risking everybody on your ship to do another time travel jump. Plus, you got to get the element that they needed. So it was kind of, I'd go at least see him. I would at least go find him and see what he was up to and talk to him and see if he would be willing to come home or just kind of catch up with them. And then, yeah, have it in the back of my mind once they get the Dysonium or whatever the hell it was, that you're going to actually go back to the correct time and pick them up. Because, yeah, and everybody's mad at Ed and Kelly for what they did. And like, I've seen a lot of reactions online. Gordon didn't do the right thing. Ed and Kelly did exactly what they needed to do. There's no doubt in my mind that Ed did the correct thing in this episode. No doubt in my mind. I should move this chair back where it should be. There we go. So there's no question. There's no question as to what should have been done and what happened and the results. There's no way that you can be blaming Ed for what he did. Absolutely none. I actually really liked at the lunch where they're talking about how they met and stuff, and Ed is just pissed the whole time. He's just furious. You can see it. And the whole socks thing. Are you a fan of socks? Yeah, it's cold. It gets cold, and socks are good. Socks are good. It sounded like a cult thing. There's a lot to love in this episode. The Charlie and Isaac stuff is great. First, oh hell no, I'm not with him. He's my brother. And then the whole young couple. So have you decided you're gonna buy the house? We just broke up. Very well done. Really like that. I did expect the arm wrestling to go a little bit differently. I kept thinking back to The Fly, where he breaks the guy's arm and it compound fracture. But no, I think that went really well. Anyway, sorry, that just amused me. The kid who I meant, it would have been better than kill the kid. Oh, bring the kid back. Can't do that either. She probably has a family. She probably has, parents or maybe a brother or sister or people that know about the kid. All of a sudden the kid goes missing. You can't do that either, because that'll affect a lot of people. The kid goes missing, they'll do manhunts, the police will do things that they're not supposed to be doing in the pursuit of it. You can't bring the kid either. The kid has friends as well at school and stuff probably, so you could have brought the unborn baby somehow. If you could, that would have been an interesting twist. Fucking morbid, but they could have done that. It's kind of weird. Never considered that. But you can't just be bringing people into the future. Chuck A, good to see the actor who plays Isaac's out of makeup. Yes, he was really good. Mary Nathan, can't believe it, but I'm still basking in the glow of a great Star Trek episode. Haven't felt this in years. Mark Lawrence, $5. Got to be honest with friends. They had to keep the secret from Topa, and it was eating them up. It's the wrong episode. I think you're talking about the last episode, Tale of Two Topas. Trek or not, think of the people who might not exist because he was selfish. It's tough but right from their perspective. There is only one perspective, and I love how Gordon put it. Yeah, you know, two children that would never exist as a result of the decision, but a future that would. Absolutely. Gordon is the only one with a fucking, like, Gordon has a good head on his shoulders in that moment. The selfishness of Gordon, I totally understand it. If I'd been there for 10 years, I probably would have done the exact same thing. Thinking that they weren't coming, thinking that the signal I sent never even got to them. There's no way for you to know. So yeah, I probably would have done the same thing. You know, future be damned. At that point, it's, you know, I probably would make it about me after a number of years. So it's a really tough one. You can see both sides of the argument. If you're rational, I've seen a lot of people online that are like, how dare they do that? That was just an awful thing to do. No, it wasn't. They were doing exactly what they needed to do. The only problem I have is that they told him point blank to his face with his family there, yeah, we're going to go back 10 years to when this started, and we're going to get you then. That was awful. That was awful. That was cruel. Yes, that Gordon wouldn't exist after they jump back in time, but for that moment, it's very heart-wrenching. So it's a tough one, but I wouldn't have done that as Ed. I would have been like, okay, that's your decision. I'm fine with that. We're going to go back. It was nice seeing you again. Have a good life, my friend. Walk out the door, go up to the ship, go back in time. He would never have known. That's how I would have handled it personally. So it was a little bit cruel and sadistic, I think, and definitely didn't need to be done the way it was. Matt Borman, and that's one of the heartbreaking aspects of it. It was the right thing to do, despite the happiness that Gordon had found. Yeah, but we don't know what the future would have been like. I love that the future is always in flux in their version. Like, it's like Schrodinger's timeline. Every possible thing can happen and will happen based on your decision. The union is both there and not there in the future until you go to the future and find out. Indeed, I would have been pissed like Ed, yeah. Geek in Review, Seth MacFarlane is dating the actress that plays Charlie. Yes, I'm well aware, and it fucking makes me a little bit angry. Yeah, she's pretty, but she's like the most important person ever. She can think in 4-dimensional whatever, and she's the greatest at everything. It annoys the fuck out of me that because of nepotism she got on the show. He was dating the actress that played Alara in season 1, when season 1 was on the air. So I lost a little bit of respect for Seth MacFarlane as a result of, oh, this is my girlfriend, I'm going to cast her. What? Yeah, she's an actress. She's a good actress. She's very pretty. But, yeah. Matt Boardman, oh no, it appears that I am losing. Yes. This was a great episode. It was. Mark Lawrence, LOL, because of that, they had to tell Gordon or they'd be in the same position again. Joshua, I believe Isaac may be developing emotions and feelings. Claude, just like Kirk with Helen Keller. It wasn't Helen Keller. Edith Keeler is what you mean. You just have to respect the timelines. Mr. Captain says, I think this is the Orville version of Tuvix. Yes, absolutely. George Mangrum, future Gordon should have left his family. At least they would still have been alive. But they never fucking existed. That's the thing. Yeah, they're there. But they shouldn't have been. So you go back, you fix the original thing by getting Gordon. They never existed, so... It's not a question of being alive. It's a tough one. This is the hard one to talk about because I see both sides of this argument. Most people would. Most people do. But Ed did nothing wrong. And I've seen a lot of bashing of Ed, Captain Mercer because of his decision, and I disagree with it wholeheartedly. That people are bashing him because of this decision. It's his job. There are temporal laws for a reason. It's not called the Temporal Prime Directive in the Orville. It's called, I forget what it's called, timeline law or something, time law. But Gordon fucked up. He absolutely fucked up. He has nobody to blame but himself for any of that. But at the same time, I'm human, and I would have done the same thing he did. But I also would have done the same thing that Ed did, only without telling Gordon that I was going to do it. So it's a really good story. It is so well told. It is such a fantastic episode. And their solution, by the way, for getting home, mwah, that was chef's kiss, beautiful. Just turn off the field protecting them from the time dilation, and you can warp to the future. I thought that was fantastically done. Excellent idea. Very good episode. Just wish they would have went back and not tell Gordon they're going back. He would never have known. Yes, exactly. Mark Lawrence. Seth dating the actress makes him even more like Gene Roddenberry. Ooh. Arsh. Lawrence Allen. Doesn't the Gordon who sent the message have to still exist for the Orville to know when to go back in time? No. No, it doesn't. You didn't pay attention to the episode when Isaac said time is in flux. It's hard to explain. Yes, they went back where he was there for a month. I know in the original message, he sent it after he was there for 3 months. But considering they got the message, not only did they get the message, but they also saw that he died at the age of 93, so he lived his whole life. So he already lived a whole life, which bothered me as well, because you know what? That article that said, pilot and flight engineer dies at 93, read the fucking article. It would have said survived by his wife and 3 children or whatever, and it would have gave their names. I thought there was going to be a moment where they looked up if the kid did anything important for the Orville, or for the Union timeline, but that didn't come about. So, yes, getting him after he was there for a month, he sent the message after 3 months, but as Isaac said, time is always in flux. So until you actually go do a thing, the other thing has happened. So he already sent the message to get them back in time, so they're already back in time, so they can pick him up literally a day after he arrives. And that's quantum mechanics for you. Wah. Gives you a headache? Probably. Otherwise, yeah, I know I didn't have the right name, but I was close enough. Okay. Edith Keeler, Helen Keller. Quiet! Hopefully pause here. He likes when I yell at quiet. I'm just going to close this door real quick. Put up another barrier for the sound. Affable Larry, I thought this was a great episode, though I think I liked the Tale of Two Topas better. I didn't. I preferred this one immensely. Anything time travel related, I love it. And this one was such a cool story. Tale of Two Topas was, yes, it was, social commentary, very important storytelling. This one was more sci-fi and fun for me, so I really prefer this one. So, Harrison Wells, I like the episode, but I don't think Trek would have handled it that way. It's not trying, well, it is trying to be Trek, but it's not trying to be Trek. It's its own thing as well. So, Eric Martin, $5. Someday I'll watch the Orville. Dude, the fact you haven't watched it yet annoys me so much. It is such a good show. You will absolutely love it. Geek in Review, Ed Mercer done in a few days something Skynet can't do over 5 films. Well, that's because different time travel logic. Time travel logic is skewed, and it's different in every movie you watch. So that's a tough one. But yeah. Alex says, don't you think they make time travel too easy now in the Orville universe? Wouldn't it have been better for there to be other requirements? Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I suppose so. I wish the episode would have ended like 3 months later. They're having a conversation, and all of a sudden, vroom, the sandwich appears, and Gordon's like, "Ah, what did you want to tell me, Ed?" And that's when they told him about it. That would have been funny, but that's the one thing I thought was missing that sandwich that went 3 months in the future. Trek or not, when they returned to the future, they wouldn't have records of him, just distress messages, so everyone's memory would be different as they changed the timeline based on what happened in previous timeline. That's also not really accurate. Um, they would have the record of his death still, because it was already in the computer banks. They would have his original. They would have his message. They would have everything. So Mercer and Janeway feel to him when he said they're going back 10 years. Mercer had a Janeway feel to him. Oh yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, you're right. That's something Janeway would say. Yeah, you're right. If he doesn't hurt your, if it doesn't hurt your brain to think about, you're probably not doing quantum mechanics right. Instead of quiet, you should shout, "Will you be silent? Boy, will you be silent?" I'll try that next time. Will you be silent? That's a lot of information to get across to a kid that has headphones on playing video games with his friends, whereas quiet is just it's a quick to the point, boom, or shut up. Quiet, quiet. Chuck A, this was a great episode to match Strange New Worlds episode 10. Yes, totally different feel, but yes. Mark Lawrence, I could see a season 4 TOS episode where Kirk is thrown back in time and ends up falling for Helen Keller while learning to communicate with her, played by an attractive actress. Oh my god. Laughable Larry, do you think the sandwich in 3 months will come back into play in a future episode? Yeah, probably. That would be hilarious if it's in the next episode or something. Lisa Jericho, I would have had Gordon watch American Dad with the family. Yeah, instead they made up a fictional TV show with Johnny Knoxville? I was like, what is that show? And I looked up Johnny Knoxville's filmography because I don't follow like sitcoms or whatever. Wasn't sure if he was in one. It just says special guest, the Orville. So they put him in that just for that role to be on TV. So yeah, they could have definitely had him watching Family Guy or American Dad or something. That would have been great. They are going to have to fear the banana again. It'd be funny if in a future episode they're like, there's no power on the ship. They're trapped in different rooms or whatever. Somebody's trapped in that room and they're like, I haven't eaten in a day. We've been trapped here forever. Starving. And all of a sudden, vroom, this sandwich appears. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Trek or not, the timeline with the records of his life was a divergent timeline already. When he brought him home, they restored the timeline and the divergent timeline was erased, so no records. No, I don't think that's how it works. They already had the records in the computer that of the ship that went back in time and then straight to the future. So they already had that documented with his death. Yes, technically it didn't happen in this timeline now, but they already had that information so they could go back to get him the first time. So I 1000% disagree with you, my friend. 1000%. Trek or not, the timeline just after he was sent back was changed. So when they rescued him, that changed timeline didn't happen. If he's living in the past, it's relative. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to fucking argue with you. You're absolutely wrong in this case. You're absolutely wrong. They would just what that never happened because we didn't know how to go get you because we what no like I don't buy that for a fucking second. So anyway. Although the crew who returned, no, being affected, I assume. Okay. This Jericho, I see the sandwich appearing to distract some enemy so they can get the upper hand. Yeah, I can see that as well. Yep. Trek or not, I'm reference to external of the ship. Oh, okay. Nick, the Orville seems more creative to me than Strange New Worlds. Way too much ripping off of Strange New Worlds. Sorry, homages. Orville has been able to make stories without right stealing. suppose so. I'll agree to disagree with that. I wonder if Gordon will get in trouble when the Admirals, even though they got him before he broke the temporal prime directive or whatever it's called in the Orville. Yeah, that's something I was wondering too. He still technically did break the law multiple times. Yeah, I don't know how that would be handled. I wondered that also. Because he did break multiple laws, or he would have broken. It's kind of like, what's it called? Tom Cruise movie. It's on the tip of my tongue. Minority Report. It's kind of like Minority Report, where he would have broken the law eventually if he had stayed there long enough, but they caught him in time, even though he was there for a month. It means he killed some animals, which is serial murder, apparently. So, yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know how that would be dealt with. Matt says, I'd love to see multiple versions of the sandwich to start appearing to the point where it becomes like a triple breeding. Mr. Captain 93, I want to see Bordis grow a stash and smoke again as he deals with his breakup. I love the selfie. Devo77X, someone else eats the sandwich and Gordon is like, hey, that's my sandwich. I was going to eat it. Or just have an episode start with him like leaning up against one of the consoles and he's like, take a drink out of a cup and sandwich. That'd be hilarious. Really? The Orville stole TNG and Voyager plots for 2 seasons. This is the first season they have original stories. You say that, but it goes back to the point I said earlier. You don't have to reference a past episode of the Orville in each one of your fucking episodes. Every episode so far in season 3 of the Orville. Remember this thing? Hey. Remember this thing? Hey. Remember this thing? Hey. This episode, Laura, the phone that was found in the time capsule. Remember that thing where I fell in love with her on the holographic simulator? You don't have to do that. Please have an original story next episode. Please. Sorry, that's a big pet peeve of mine. Every once in a while it's fine, but every episode this season has been, remember that other episode we did in season 1 or season 2? Yeah, this is a result of that. Stop it. Just stop it. Jericho says it was a time travel story where everything went to plan. Everything felt a bit easy. No, I liked that. I liked when they drilled through the ground and nobody came down to try to stop them. I was having like fucking Picard season 2 or Discovery, any season, PTSD watching that. I was like, something's going to go wrong. The lady's going to come down and cause a big kerfuffle, or the cops are going to show up and blah, 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 they're not going to get the thing. I fucking loved that it was like, drill. Oh, we got to adjust. Okay, let's talk. Oh, look, we got the stuff we need. Pack up and leave. Perfect. Yes, for the love of Christ. I hate when things go wrong. I absolutely despise when they do that in shows. And fucking, if this was this Discovery or Picard, it would have taken them fucking 5 episodes to get the shit they needed because everything would go wrong. Yeah, no, I really disagree with you there. I think everything went perfectly, and I love that because sometimes things just go perfectly. You don't need things to go wrong for dramatic effect just to make a fucking show. Please just have things go right. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. The red blue shift as they time travel is supposedly scientifically accurate to what happens when traveling near the speed of light. Yes. Mr. Jericho, they could have looked up to see if Gordon's wife did anything significant in the future. If not, they could have taken them with him. No, Jericho, it's not how it works, dude. All it takes is for her to go to the bank one day and have a very nice conversation with the teller, who the teller's having a bad day. The teller has a relationship that's falling apart. But this lady at the bank, when he was at work, was super nice to him. So he decided to try to go home and make it right because he was feeling a bit better because this lady at the bank talked to him. If she had never been there, he might go home and walk out on his wife or fucking kill her or something. It's like Quantum Leap, setting things right that once went wrong. And in the final episode of Quantum Leap, they said, "Do you realize how many people you affected by helping the people you jumped into? Everybody that knows them knows other people that knows other people that knows other people that one change here affects this person's life and then that person's life and then that person's life." So you cannot take someone out of the timeline and move them forward unless they originally went missing or something. In the original timeline, they went missing. Like we find out Laura's phone or whatever the hell her name was, 10 years after the phone was in the time capsule in the original timeline, she was reported missing. Then yes, you have every fucking... it's almost your responsibility to go back and stop her from going missing, but still have her go missing. You know what I mean? So it's not as easy as it seems. Squadron Course, you're in big trouble for the things we think you would have done if we hadn't stopped you. Sounds a lot like my wife. Listen, Jericho, I'm predicting Charlie and Isaac will be a couple by the end. No. I kind of thought there'd be something like that going on in this episode, and no, I don't think that's a good idea. Trek or not, sending sandwiches into the future is dangerous as he could eat it instead of going to the mess hall, which he would have done otherwise, or perhaps avoided food poisoning, which would be remove him from duty. If the crew is proficient, then nothing should go wrong. Joshua 11345, $2. More likes are needed. Oh yes, 45 likes or 45 people here, 22 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's try to get those likes up to 50. I think we can do it. I think a lot of people out there haven't hit that like button, so please give it a hit. I got you the 20th likes. Thank you. This is Jericho. Well, clone the wife and leave a copy there. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. That is. The Doctor. Well, they just had all that bad stuff happen during Picard because they had to fill out a season. It should have been a movie. Yes, I know they were trying to fill out a season, but as a result of Discovery and Picard, I fucking have PTSD when I watch anything now. It's like, please don't fucking drag this out longer than it needs to, because that's exactly what Picard did. Just fucking stop. Don't just... oh, it went right. Thank God. I have PTSD. I really do. Every time I watch something now, I'm like... BJ says, I love the time dilation part. Very clever to put real science into the show. They even had a Redshift Lightyear film. Also had good time dilation effects. Yes, that was very awesome. Mr. Captain 93, side note question. Did you take down the video on Admiral Pike's uniform? I started watching, had a YouTube problem, reloaded it, couldn't find it. Well, it's supposed to be released tomorrow. It was supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow. Samuel scheduled it wrong. So 2 came out at the exact same time today. It'll be out tomorrow. So your YouTube problem was when we probably made it private. So yes, it'll be out tomorrow. BJ Tehran throws in $1. Thank you so much. Those super chats are greatly appreciated. Guys, if you can super chat, please do so. I would really appreciate it. And it really helps out the channel and just makes for a better conversation. Mr. Captain 93, I think Isaac will save Charlie's life in an upcoming episode and they will become friends. I also think that, yes. The Doctor, the time dilation reminded me of the fact that Seth had been producer on Cosmos. Ooh, that's true. That's actually, I forgot about that. Listen, Jericho, but Isaac stole those guys' motorcycles. That could alter the timeline. It could. They didn't steal the motorcycles. They borrowed them. They even said so. I doubt they took them back, but who cares? It's a bunch of bikers. They don't do anything important anyway. Laughable Larry, I'm a little tired of the constant hate for Isaac every episode. From Charlie, yes, I totally agree. They haven't leaned too heavily on it lately, which is good. But yeah, those first couple episodes, it's like, shut the fuck up. Just, you're making, for someone that's so attractive, you're really unattractive when you just fucking spout hate for Isaac. I'm sorry, but stop it. The Doctor, I'm with you on dragging out Captain. That's why I love Strange New Worlds. Doc McGillicuddy, who's been a member for 3 months at the rank of Captain, so thank you very much for your service, Captain. As someone with clinical diagnosed PTSD, I understand. It hurts when the creators don't give a fuck about the things they made and we love. The List of Jericho. The time dilation is something we have seen in other sci-fi shows like Stargate. Star Trek novels have also used that ability. Squadra Course throws in $1. I guess Squadra Course is expecting the stream to end soon because he's already going for that last super chat slot. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but thank you for the super chat. BJ Tehran, it was fun hanging out with Samuel when your internet was out. Was it though? Okay, I'll believe you. Thousands wouldn't, but I will. Doc McGillicuddy, $20. Thank you very much, Doc. That is very much appreciated. Can't stick around long, but I hope everyone is having a great night. Well, got better now with that super chat, so thank you so much. Make sure you hit like before you leave, though. Trekyards, the big guy arm wrestler, sadly never wrestled another arm again. Personally, I missed El Capitan during the Great Blackout. Thank you, Trekyards. I appreciate that. This is Jericho, but without the bikes, they wouldn't be able to go to the bank and make the bank teller feel better. I'm not even gonna grace that with a fucking answer. The Doctor, the Colonel Foley doll. Well, Colonel Foley doll. Okay, and listen, Jericho, it would affect the bikers for maybe a day, a week, a month. You're talking about, say, taking someone out of the timeline that would probably, quite theoretically, lived another 60 years. That's 60 years of interactions with other people. Bikers are assholes. Bikers don't interact with anybody. They have their own little clubhouses and they go hide in there and jerk each other off or something. I don't know what they do. But bikers are assholes. So who gives a shit? But yeah, it would only affect them for a couple months at the most until they could get a new bike or steal another bike or shoot somebody to get an, oh, wait a minute. I see what you're saying. However, yeah, I'm just trying to make a point that you can't just take somebody out of the timeline. Inconveniencing them in some way might be what is supposed to happen. Maybe their bike was going to break down anyway, or they're going to get run over by cars in the parking lot. Somebody drives through the parking lot and wipes out their bikes. I don't know. Don't argue with me on this. Just go with it. The big guy just needed to take a break from arm wrestling. Trek or not, heard the problem was maple syrup and the fiber optics. Now, the fiber optic lines are all working fine, but it's just all the Rogers infrastructure was... I'm not going to get into that. It pissed me off on Friday. It was a bad Friday for me, so... BJ, Samuel brings the Kentucky Fried Chicken to Trekyards. Don't even want to know. Sean Mariaro. Sean, thank you. Charlie Burke is beautiful on the outside and ugly on the inside. Yep. I've said that since the first fucking episode. And yeah, she's a very attractive girl. Very attractive, but... The Doctor, yes, Sam was playing with the Captain Foley doll in your absence. Figured, but you saw that by now. I was hilarious. He was doing his southern accent with it. Yes, I heard about that from Sylvia. I haven't watched it. I'm not going to watch it. Because, A, I can't stand his... That's his American accent. He thinks all Americans sound like that. It's a bad accent. He doesn't do it well. And it annoys the shit out of me when he does it. So I'm not going to watch that. And it wasn't a Colonel Foley doll. It's a Captain Foley doll. If he said Colonel, and that's why this whole fried chicken thing, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't care. I'm not going to watch it. So... Perfect biker chick. Gordon was robbed of the life he could have had. So he shouldn't have had it. That's the whole point. Ed Mercer did nothing wrong. He did exactly what he needed to do. So I disagree with you, Thomas. Squadron course. What happened to the captain's southern accent? Never had one. Don't even get me started. This Jericho, that real estate agent certainly gave them plenty of time. Yes, a lot of time. Well, she did say take as much time as you need. And, you know, if I'm going to leave, if I'm a real estate agent, I don't know if I'm going to leave a young couple in the basement for like 20 minutes. Who knows what they're doing? I'd be like maybe spying on them or something. Just saying. Because, anyway. Alex, Isaac and Charlie maybe return the bike since they likely had to go past the bar to return to the shuttle. Yeah, that's also the thing. They said they were going to borrow the bikes. They said that at least 2 or 3 times. So can we borrow your bikes? Ha 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 ha. Well, I think they might have said it. We'll take the bikes. But anyway. Yeah, they probably returned the bikes. Sure, I'll buy that. The doctor, LOL, Sam is so cultured. I thought he sounded like Foghorn Leghorn, but everyone else was saying Colonel Sanders. George Mangrum, I was waiting for Isaac to walk into the bar and say, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. It's funny because I said the exact same thing. When I watched it with Sylvia, when they walk in the bar, it's like, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. I can't do it. I can't do an Arnie accent to save my life, just for the record. Mark Lawrence, with Ed and Kelly telling Gordon about his other self, he should have been more confident with the ladies. I don't think so. He won her over because he knew everything about her life. That's cheating. It goes back to, I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2, but where they had the time capsule, he found the phone and he created a holodeck simulation of her life and he got addicted to it. He knew everything about her likes, her dislikes, her music, why she writes her music. They had a relationship in the goddamn thing, so it's cheating. You know everything correct to say, so he shouldn't be more confident with the ladies, honestly, because yeah, if I knew everything about a girl, I could probably get her too. Anyway, real estate agent was on her phone, distracted, probably. Mark Lawrence, he sure had some ladies giving him looks while he was singing. He was singing. What the hell was Gordon singing? I don't remember him singing. Check or not, do you think the plan all along was to go further back and grab him, hence why they didn't care, and it took Ed a long time to deal with it due to the family, hence his outburst? That would have to happen. No, I don't think that was originally the plan. I think they were hoping that he would just be responsible and go with them, and then, oh shit, you've done something really bad here. Once they get the disodium or whatever the fuck they needed for the time travel, then it's pretty cut and dry what you need to do. So, at the party that started, okay, yeah. Laughable Larry, I do have a question. Back in season 1, when Ed saved the Orville from being destroyed and affecting the timeline in the 29th century, wasn't he doing the same thing he scolded Gordon for? I don't know, I don't remember that episode. I'd have to go back and watch it. BJ says the Saratoga Springs episode was the one that this one continued on with Gordon's smartphone obsession. I wonder if she lives near me. We'll go find out. Sean says Gordon sang at the beginning of the episode. Yes, I remember now. He was playing the guitar. The guitar. Yeah, I had forgotten about that part, but yeah. Problem is, those are all co-workers and stuff, and I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want a relationship with any of them. Anyhow, this was a fantastic episode. When Sam and myself finally talk about it, it'll be interesting to see where it kind of scores, because I enjoyed this one a lot more than last week's A Tale of Two Topas. Really enjoyed that episode too, but they had two totally different feels to me. This one was very sci-fi, and I really liked that. Let's not forget about Tala and can't remember his name now. God damn it, the engineer. Anyway, the whole working out the muscle. It's like, oh yeah. And then the kiss. Wow. Yeah, that was also really good. Can't remember his name though. God damn it. I'm sure you guys will all tell me. Do you think this is going to end with Isaac uploading himself to teach the others, kind of like an Odo and the Great Link moment? Ooh. Upload his understanding of humanity into the Kalon to stop them from wanting to destroy everybody? Possibly. That's interesting. Ooh, I like that. I never considered that, but possibly. Eric Morton, why is the light in the corner behind you not on anymore? Simple answer for that, because the light bulb burnt out. Need to get a new one. Thought no one would notice, but you noticed. Way to ruin it for everyone, Eric. The Charlize Theron episode, one of my favorites. The Doctor, I was iffy about the new season being more serious, but it's growing on me. It was a great episode. Yeah, it is more serious, and there is still moments of humor in every episode. You can find a few. So I think it's a nice balance still. So I kind of retract what I said earlier on in the season, where it's like there's not enough humor. There's enough. If you watch the episodes again, there are moments of humor that would not be in Star Trek. So that fulfills the Seth MacFarlane humor portion of your program this evening, and it's fine. Each episode has at least one or two. Lamar, thank you. That's his name. Yes. Tala and Lamar, yeah. You thought nobody would notice on a Star Trek channel? Yes. Engineer's name is John. The Mars high school romance was weird. Thought it would be a part of the plot, but it wasn't. Affable Larry. I love how they didn't mess things up when they went down to the planet. They just did their business and left. Exactly. I think it was missing one line, though. When they landed the cloaked shuttle and they're walking away. Honestly, Mercer should have said, everybody remember where we parked. Would have been good. I would have done it if I was doing a fan film or something. Come on, that's hilarious. Disappointed they didn't do that. It would be a perfect thing for Isaac to do that. It would, absolutely. Yeah, I also love that everything went smoothly. The plan went smoothly, except for Gordon being happy with his life and his wife and his kids. Yeah, asshole. Other than that, the plan went smoothly. I love that. I love that feel. I just sometimes want to watch something where everything just falls chunk, 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 chunk into place instead of, oh my God, everything's gone wrong. I don't always need that. It gives me anxiety. So this episode was nice because I could sympathize with Gordon. I could put myself in his shoes and go, I do the same fucking thing. But I could also sympathize with Ed and go, you know what? Sorry to do this to you, bud, but we got to do what's right. So I love that everything went well. Charlie saved Isaac, and perhaps that will be a big factor in showing that they are not a threat. Hence, full circle. Yeah, despite the fact that she absolutely despised me, look, she saved my life. This is the capacity for humans. Because the Kalon would be like, they want to destroy us too. It's like, no, they don't. Trust me. Sean says, that's exactly what I said. They got out. Got out of what? Now I'm confused. Trek or not, her actions despite her hate. Yes. Man from Planet X. Hey, Captain. Hello, Man from Planet X. Laughable Larry. For good send-offs, though, if you had left him and... If they had left him and this was the end for his character, I would have been fine with that. I would have too, but I really like Gordon, so... Yeah, there's a few moments in the show I'm like, this is an easy answer. Just take Gordon and his wife and kids, with you. And then I started thinking about it. And it's like, no, it's not gonna work. And then it's like, well, and it never occurred to me to go back further, like 10 years, because the time travel thing is always so sketchy. And then yeah, they go back and do it, and then the time travel device broke. Well. And then it's like, oh shit, we had a time travel device here the whole time. I'm such an idiot. Fucking great. I love that. Absolutely love that. I also miss Gordo in For All Mankind. Yeah, I do too. This is Jericho. Certainly makes Rios look like a jerk. It's a very, very good point. Sean, sorry, don't forget where we parked. Sorry, Captain. No problem. Don't apologize. I'm just... that's what you said when they got out. Okay, that makes sense now. I'm always behind in the chat, and there's a time delay thing. Ooh, time dilation. So thank you for clearing that up, Sean, and I apologize for being an idiot. It happens sometimes. Matt Boardman, I was kind of worried that's where they were headed with this episode. And Trek or not, we got cello tape nuked. What? I don't know what that means. Oh, yes. It wasn't cello tape, it was fucking duct tape. Duct tape, not cello tape. There's a statue of Gordo and his wife, duct taped. It's not cello tape. JB, I was thinking at the end of the episode that the forward time flight would go wrong and they would arrive further in the future where the Kalon crushed the Union. I was thinking something might go wrong too. I'm glad it wasn't. Love when they come out of it and it's like you see Earth in the distance and you don't see anything different. You're like, ugh. Then they zoom in and it's like boom, the ship's everywhere. It's like, that's awesome. But it would have been cool actually that they did that. Gone further in the future, saw that the Union was crushed and destroyed, gather the information they need over the next episode, and then go back in time because it's 6 or 7 months later they've had time to fix the thing and prevent that from happening. Would have been kind of cool, but like I said, that would have been cool, but I'm just glad everything worked out. This is the plan. Holy shit, everything went to plan. As happens sometimes. Thank you. Not everything has to go wrong for dramatic effect. I miss they don't call it the anti-banana ray anymore. JB, I was thinking at the end of the episode. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. Those Kalon have some balls, I tell ya. Space balls. Imagine that. A self-contained episode. Right? Wow, it's amazing. Same as Strange New Worlds. Every episode in season 1 was good. What? Episodic storytelling works for Star Trek? No way. Who would have known? If only they had 50 years of experience and, history with the show to know that episodic format worked for it. It's a shock that, Strange New Worlds works so well. It's almost like Star Trek was made for episodic storytelling. Oh, wait, it was. Yep. Same with the Orville. But then again, I fall back on the thing I said earlier. You don't have to tie every new episode into one that came before. Just have a new fucking episode. You don't have to go, remember this episode in season 1 where this happened? Well, here we go. Here's part 2. So far, every episode in season 3 has been a part 2 of another goddamn episode. It's not needed. General Grievous, wow, episodic format really does work. Did you know that the shuttles on the Titan are named after jazz musicians also? What? Oh my God, that makes so much sense. I didn't know that. You made that up. Come on now. Pfft. General Grievous, jazz musicians. Whatever. Shuttles named after people. People who are magicians. Musicians who play jazz. Oh, the foolishness of you, General Grievous. You truly are a cad. Moving on. Devo77X. If the Orville gets another season, have Charlize Theron and an Evil Gordon team up to take down Ed. JB. Puggins snores in agreement. Puggins. It wasn't really a snore, that was more of a... But she does quite a lot. Right? Yeah. Laughable Larry. I really hope we get a season 4. Well, apparently the last thing I read now is that Seth MacFarlane really wants to do a season 4. But Disney, they have to get approval from Disney to do that. And Disney wants proof that the show's going to be profitable. So yes. I think everybody wants a season 4. Disney needs to smarten the fuck up. Captain Casey Stewart. I don't remember, but the horror episode... was the horror episode have anything to do with the previous episode? Yes. It was all about the Krill Alliance because of the Kalon attack. And they were allowed to go into Krill space and then therefore enter the void. So yes, it wasn't cruxed on another episode not per se, but it was definitely because of past episodes. So yes. Yes, it was. Plus, I think there was another element in that episode that tied into something else, and it wasn't her ex-wife or her ex-husband coming on board as the admiral guy. So I don't know if there's anything else in the episode, but yeah, it definitely had, because of the Krill Alliance now, because of the Kalon, now they could explore Krill space and therefore the void. So, small thing, but... There's no Ed and Kelly drama. Bring back Derlio. Mark Lawrence. Profits. Get us some more merch. Disney should blow up. Derlio. I forgot about that early comedy. The List of Jericho. We need a Orville land at Disney. Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. Trek or not, do you think the horror episode was a sneaky setup for season 4? Yeah, or even just later this season. I think they might turn those things against the Kalon somehow. Maybe. Olivia, hey, Cap, still on my away missions, got sunburned a lot. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game today, but yeah, I saw where you were sitting. It's like, holy shit, I wouldn't want to be sitting in the sun. So, hopefully you had a good time. Olivia throws in $5, so thank you so much, Olivia. Hey, Cap, still on my away mission, got sunburned a lot. So you super chatted the exact same thing you just said. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Super chats are important and great, and thank you to everyone who super chats. Cool. We have 39 viewers and 39 likes. That almost never happens. Can we get another 11 likes, though? Are people that have cycled out already, that already hit like? There's new people coming in. So hit that like button if you haven't. Let's try to get to 50 likes. I think we can do it. JB, did Puppet Foley erase your worry about not being there for the stream? It gave me nightmares. Don't ever want to see that on TV again. I don't want to talk about that because I'm sorry he did that to you. I didn't have nightmares about not being on the stream. I just couldn't get a hold of him in any capacity. Luckily, because Sylvia had to go into work and they sit on basically a data center with fiber optic, she was able to contact him and talk to him about it. So he knew, because I was sitting here all day going, I can't contact Samuel to tell him I can't make the live. And then the time of the live is going on. I'm like, oh, well, shit. Samuel probably thinks I got in a car accident and died. He's probably been messaging me all day and hasn't got any answer. Oh, well. So, yeah, we'll never talk about that again. Devo77X. Krill Alliance is now dead thanks to Ed's old flame. Oh, that bitch. They're going to revisit her, too, in this season. I fucking know they are. I think there's 2 episodes. There's an episode coming out, well, 2, that are The Word of Avis, parts 1 and 2. I don't care. I don't want to see that. That episode bored the fuck out of me. I hated a lot about that episode. And it's a shame because the actress that plays that role died. She passed away. She actually got hit by a car in New York. It was a hit and run after season 3 was filmed. So she's passed away now. But I don't care. I don't like that political bullshit. I don't care about Ed and this fucking Krill. I don't care about his kid. I think that's just stupid. And there's going to be more episodes focusing on that. I'm not going to be happy about it. Because I just don't give a fuck. Just saying. Did you try mailing Samuel a letter or stone tablets? I tried sending him smoke signals, but I'm pretty sure he couldn't see them. General Grievous, does Avis try harder? Probably. Tries harder than other gods. PJ smoke signals, yeah. Even tried to telegraph him. Send him a telegram, I mean. Listen, Jericho, she didn't die. It was the older lady who died. The older lady. I don't know which older lady you're talking about, so. I know somebody died, and I looked it up, and I was pretty sure it was the main lady from that episode. But, oh well. She was also in a previous episode of Orville. That's why I thought it was her. So I think you might be wrong. But hey, I don't know. The Zellian ambassador lady. Okay. I don't think you're right, but okay. Because if you look up her filmography, she was in season 1 or season 2 of the Orville as well. So, but anyway, regardless, somebody died. It sucks, but I still don't care about the politics. Or Ed's kid. That's just fucking dumb. Oh, I'm keeping a journal for her because she might be interested in my life one day. Like, what? Anyway, I love the Orville, but I'm not looking forward to episodes like that. Avis resembles the alien things from Shadow Realms, namely the shoulder, neck spikes, and teeth. Gary Davis Jr., $5. Did you try signal mirrors or maybe a flare? I tried all the above, yes. BJ, old-fashioned telegrams might have worked. Sammy would have gotten it in a few hours. Back in the day, they were faster than mail and cheaper than long distance. I just don't think he would be able to receive a telegram, considering he was at a convention that day, or in the car on his way back. That's why the live started so late. So even if everything would have been fine and my internet would have been working, or Canada's internet would have been working, I still would have been annoyed because the live would have started an hour after I scheduled it, which was already half an hour later than normal. Because we usually start at 4, I would have had it scheduled for 4:30, and he didn't get back until later, and then wouldn't been able to start till 5:30, which would have really annoyed me, because then it was a 2.5 hour live that he did. If it was both me and him, it would have been over 3 hours. So it would have been 5:30 to 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 at night for me. I wouldn't have been happy. Yeah, that's also late for Samuel, but I also have a family, and Sylvia, and I need to eat, and we usually eat around 6 or 6:30, maybe 7. So that would have annoyed me. So everything kind of played out as it should have, I guess. But I wish I was there, because I would have loved to talk about that episode, and I'm sure we'll do a live where we both kind of discuss it, because the finale was good. There was a lot to talk about, so it'll probably warrant another live this week. So if you're interested in my thoughts, go watch my first reaction review to it on Thursday night. I did a 2-hour live talking about it, and and then join us this upcoming week when we probably talk about it again. Olivia throws in $5. Tomorrow, I wave.fpr, the lake in the middle of nowhere. If I have no service, just know that I have the Foley doll to keep me company. That's really fucking creepy. BJ says, Ed, she doesn't cares. She's got her Rubik's Cube. It's not a Rubik's Cube, but it's a thing. Yeah. Man from Planet X, looking deep into my crystal ball. Season finale. Ed's daughter joins the Orville crew as their Wesley Crusher. General Grievous, you should have insulted the monarchy. That would have gotten a response. No, it wouldn't have. Nobody here respects the monarchy, so they get insulted daily, pretty much by everybody. So it wouldn't have been anything different. Plus, no one would have heard me. I was literally at home with no contact to the outside world. It really sucked. It was a bad day. But anyway. Ooh, we're at 46 likes with 45 people here. If you're just joining us, hit that like button. I want another 4 likes to get to 50. That'd be awesome. If any of you have anything to say about this episode or any points that you'd like me to talk about, by all means do so. I really enjoyed this episode. Twice in a Lifetime was a great title and a great episode. Lots going on. Love Gordon. Love everybody in the Orville. They're all great. And the final solutions for both, getting Gordon back, brilliant, perfect. Ed did nothing wrong. And getting to the future, fucking magnifique. That was great. Find a star, warp there. That's 100 years or 200 years, whatever it was, and then warp back to Earth, and boom, you're there. Loved that. Loved it. Simplicity itself, as they say. Urs says, hey, Cap. Hey, Urs, how's it going? Hit the like button. Everybody, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button now. I want to see the numbers jump. Here we go. Oh, there's one. I know there's kind of a delay, so 50 people here with 47 likes. There's something sketchy. Even if those were the original people that were here, somebody's not hitting their like button. We're up to 49 likes now with 48 people. One more person has to hit like. Will you be that 50th like? Whoever's that 50th like, hit the like button now and tell me that you're the 50th like in the chat, and I will heap praise upon thee. There we go. Now we're at 50, 51. So who was the 50th? General Grievous, I have to catch up. Last Orville I saw was the middle of season 2. Jesus Christ. General Grievous, you are missing out. BJ says you should get better internet service than the cold turkey communications. Cold turkey communications. I don't know if there's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't get it. George Mangrum, the Talia actress is still alive, just cast as the lead on a new show. Is Talia the one that he boinked to get a daughter? I don't even know the name of the character, so. Doing good, just keeping busy, cool. Alex Moore said, I hit it. Alex, if you were the 50th, thank you so much. That is amazing. Oh, Urs says that would have been me, number 50. LOL. Well, Urs, I think you and Alex need to rock, paper, scissors this out, because you each think you're the 50th. Those last two came in at the same time pretty much, so I don't know, man. I can't heap praise upon both of you. I can only pick one. Who shall I pick? Rose says, hi, don't know if I'm the 50th. And good morning from the UK. Good morning, UK. And I don't know if you are the 50th. You're going to have to battle that with Alex Moore and Urs, who both think they were the 50th as well. Yes, the krill chick. Cool. Your mom hit it. Wow. That'd be difficult considering she passed away in 2019. So weird. BJ says you quit the internet cold turkey. Oh, not by choice. Gotta get it gaming. After this episode of the Orville, I really wish Trek would figure out how to do character-driven episodes again. Lifelong Trek fan, but I am just loving the Orville so much more right now. Yeah, I agree with you. Matt Boardman. Really? Come on, man. This is Jericho. I'm the 50th, and so's my wife. Okay, now we have a battle for who's the 50th. Whoever wants the 50th slot and thank you, send a super chat. And if you each send like a $5 super chat, it'll still be a tie. So whoever sends the highest super chat will get the 50th thanks from me for the 50th like. There you go. That's how we're going to handle this. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. Jaddock Productions. All I got to ask is what's with the gut punches in the Orville and then Strange New Worlds? Gut punches. I didn't get any gut punches. Definitely no gut punches in Strange New Worlds. I don't know what that's all about. Laughable Larry, I wonder what Trek would be like if Seth had been allowed to do that instead of the Orville. Right? I know. I wish they would have given it to him when he requested it. That would have been awesome. Matt Boardman throws in $10. I claim the 50th. There you go. Matt, you are a gentleman and a scholar and a judge of fine women, cigars, and cars. And I love you. And thank you so much for being the 50th person to hit that like button, even though I know you're full of shit. But considering you super chatted for it, you got the position, my friend. Thank you so much. I owe you a debt of gratitude and a life debt. And I will be here for you when you need me. I swear, as Captain Foley. Orville was a very good show, but Stranger Worlds has redeemed New Trek a bit for me, says Urs. Gastron, 1980. I like the vanity license plate misspelling. Wonder if that was an inside joke. The Orville. The Orville. Yes. I tried to get Orville, but some other guy had it, so I had to do Orville without the R. Oval. Sounds like a bad band name. Yeah. Matt Barman's like, woo! Squadra Course now, again, thinks it's the end of the stream, and throws in $1 for that last super chat slot. Thank you very much, Squadra Course. Much appreciated. Which actually, we're $11 away from a great number. $11, that's it. $11 in super chats would be an awesome way to end out the stream. 57 likes, that is also cool. If you haven't hit like yet, though, please hit it. If you're watching this after the fact and want to show your support, there's a super thanks button down there. Hit that button. Send a little bit of financial love our way. We really appreciate it. Matt Boardman, be sure to drink your Orville teen. Really? A crummy commercial? Ugh. Squadra Course, yeah, but you're not last. Oh, Matt Boardman, yeah, but you're not last. Gotcha. Matt Boardman, evil. Okay, you're all going off on tangents on your own now, so I don't even need to be here, apparently. No, this was a great episode of The Orville, I gotta say, and I enjoyed every aspect of it. I love time travel stories in Star Trek and anything, really. Time travel and parallel or alternate dimensions or alternate histories, I think they're fucking great. So I really liked this one, and it was just so well done. Everything from the concept to the writing to the execution to the way they got back to the future. That was awesome, man. Such a great idea. So well done. General Grievous, I think CBS misjudged Seth MacFarlane because he was mainly known for comedy and thought that he wasn't able to do a serious show, and instead they hired people that could do a serious show, but ended up with a comedy. Exactly. And Seth MacFarlane is just using the Orville as a way to fucking throw it in CBS's face. Like, look how, you didn't think I could write? You didn't think I could do good storytelling? Fuck you guys. Look what we're doing over here on the Orville. So yeah. Gastro, we broke up was a good joke too. That was great, yeah. You guys interested in the house? You talk it out? We just broke up. Chaddock Productions. I was on Gordon's side when it came to the family aspect. I was hoping Mercer would show mercy. Why? Gordon broke the law. Gordon did something he wasn't supposed to. And as I talked about earlier, I probably would do the same thing in Gordon's position. After a few years, I would probably do the same thing. So I can relate to Gordon. I can see his side of it, but I can also see Ed's. And Ed did the right thing. As captain, as a Union captain, and to save the future, and to save your friend, and to go back in time 10 years to get him after he's only been there a month was the correct decision. The fucking kids never existed. They never should have existed. Therefore, they never existed. So it's not like you're killing them. It's not like you're, you know, destroying a family. It's something that shouldn't have been. So I have no problem with it. It's a captain's decision, and it was perfectly done. It was such a great way to solve the problem. Because literally, they didn't hit the right time because they ran out of the dysonium or whatever the fuck they needed. They didn't have enough, so they missed it by 10 years. It was their fault they didn't jump back far enough. So yeah, I already talked about all that at the beginning of the live stream. Anyway. I wonder if Seth MacFarlane will ever bring back the Flintstones. He planned, but he always has a card up his sleeve. Trek or not, Gordon doesn't have this trauma either. Jadok says, I get that. However, it still got me in the feels. Yeah, it didn't get me in the feels. Didn't quite hit that emotional chord for me. I was like, that sucks, but their solution's so fucking eloquent. You never existed, so the kid never existed. She never met you because she wasn't destined to meet you because you're not from the same time, even though you fell in love with her in the future. And since you never actually went and pursued her and got married to her, wow, my solution of going back in time to when you're only here for a month solves every problem. So there's only one solution. That's what I was thinking the whole time. It's like, oh, okay, this is eloquent. This is perfect the way they did it. The only, as I said at the beginning, the only problem I had was that it was like, we're gonna go back to it for back in time 10 years to when you were only here a month. So you guys will never exist in front of his fucking family, and that was cruel. That didn't need to be done. He should have said, I respect your decision. I'm happy for you. We'll head back. I'm gonna miss you, my old friend. See you later. Head out the fucking door. Get in your ship. Go back in time. Doesn't have to cause anybody trauma. It doesn't have the kid freaking out about, did we do something wrong, Daddy? And have the wife going, what about us? It's so cruel. How can you do this to us? Blah, blah, blah. Didn't need to happen. That was a mistake on Ed's part, 100%. I don't agree with the decision at all. I agree with him going back in time. I agree with all of that. But to say that to Gordon in his fucking living room in front of his wife, pregnant wife and kid, and cause them trauma for however long it took you to walk back to the shuttle, get in the shuttle, go up to the ship, take the ship, go back in time. That was a couple hours probably where they were, it's a love fest, like, hey, we love each other, woo, nothing's gonna happen, I'm gonna love you for all time no matter what happens. But it was unnecessary, it didn't need to happen, and I think that was very cruel of Ed and Kelly to do that. Technically, even though they made that decision, it actually didn't happen, so it isn't a problem. Balancing the equation didn't exist before, shouldn't exist after. Oh, Olivius puts in $5. Can you make your beard more pointy? Need it for my Trekyards fan fiction. I'm growing it out again. Or am I? Maybe it's not me. Let's see. Urs says, only the Terran Empire Foley has a pointy beard. Don't give away my secrets. I will find you, and I will kill you. Roberto, do you think that the future episode there may end up being unintended consequences from Gordon's alternate life, like the alternate Tashiera sacrificed in yesterday's Enterprise? No, I don't. Because he was only there a month in a cabin. So, no, I don't think so. Pumpkin Spice. I thought there would be multiple timelines because 5 Malloys were thrown back in time and Malloy would recall all of them. That's true. I did notice that too. And maybe there are more Malloys hidden throughout the timeline that they just didn't calculate for. The Dork Knight says 100%. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. Trek or not, wouldn't that timeline still exist, but as a different universe? No, I don't think so. Not in the Orville world universe. I don't know. Who cares? The Dark Knight. What Ed did was messed up and total. What Ed did was totally messed up and out of character, in my opinion. Do you mean by telling Gordon that he was going to do that in front of his wife and kid? If that's what you're talking about, yes, I agree 100%. BJ says, yeah, no reason for Ed to tell Gordon. He was going to just do it. Yes. Pumpkin Spice, Seth MacFarlane seems mean this season. He seems either mean or disinterested, depending on the scene. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think he was just pissed about the whole COVID thing, honestly. But you're an actor, man. Work through it. Professor Brainy Specs retracted his message, but the Dork Knight said it was a good point. So I'd like to know what that was about. Dork Knight, put in the chat what he said because I want to find out. Brainy Specs says, Trekyards, there is one problem with retrieving Gordon only 1 month after he arrived. He never sent the message to the Orville, so that no, see, again, Brainy Specs. Okay, I know you're a smart guy. It's in your fucking name, and I've seen you on Sculpty Trekker. Dude, did you not listen to the episode and Isaac's explanation of quantum time flux? All possibilities are in play. The fact that they got the message and they had the fucking screen that had he died at 93, pilot and flight engineer dies at 93, and they got the message to go back in time. They already had that, regardless of when they pick him up. They could pick him up after he was there a fucking day. They already got the message. The way they explain time travel in the Orville is very interesting and very cool. There's no, like they even said, he's already dead. We've already failed. No, because we still have to do the thing. Okay, cool. But we just got a message from him. Cool, which means he already sent it, regardless. It's complicated. It doesn't make sense. It's quantum mechanics. And I will argue that point to the death. Yes, even though he was there a month and he sent the message after being there 3 months, the message was still sent so that they went back in the first place. Therefore, it doesn't matter that he didn't send the message because he actually sent the message somehow. So, totally 100% disagree with you. Trek or not? Yeah, it's in flux, though. They hadn't made that choice yet. BJ says it'd be funny if they went back in time to welcome Gordon, appearing like, you need a ride? Brainy Specs, sorry, didn't mean to direct that at you. Trek or not, no problem, I was wondering. Ryan K. should have just let him take them with him, problem solved. Dark Knight says yes, which I assume means the whole Ed telling them. Sorry, that's the problem when I start answering comments, and then the comments keep going. I don't know what you guys are responding to necessarily, but yes, it's probably to the fact that Ed told him that he was going to go back and do it was cruel and out of character, and yes, absolutely was. Trek or not, Ed is only human. He was fracking angry and pissed beyond belief. Yes, he's also a fucking professional and a captain, and I would never have done that. Especially considering Gordon had a fucking pistol, phaser gun thingy, and could have stunned or killed them. Because you don't know who he is after 10 years when you threaten someone's family. So that was actually dumb of Ed to put Kelly and Talia in that situation where it's a possibility. Anyway. Oh no, primetime Captain Foley got replaced by Terran Empire Admiral Foley, folks. Dark Knight died at 96, actually. Sorry. Isn't that what I said? Or did I say 93? 96, whatever. Fuck, he died in his 90s. JB, did Seth get the actor who plays Charlie Burke on the show because they're dating? Yes. That would be my guess. Brainy Specs. So, if he still sends the message, then he somehow still has a wife and 2 kids. Possibly. But not in the timeline there. And if you do want to say that there's an existing timeline and they created a multiverse, fine. But regardless, they got the message to know where he was. Therefore, the message is already sent, no matter when they go back to pick him up. So... Jedi Productions, when thinking about time travel, make me taste copper. Okay. Guest Joe, 1980, timeline. This is no time to argue about the timeline. We don't have the time to toe the line. Squadra Course, getting the message even though they changed the past is a multi-timeline concept, but telling the family they will never exist is single timeline. Trek or not? My thoughts exactly in an alternate universe. Random comment. I do wish they had something at the end of the episode to show Gordon thinking about what could have been instead of being 100% okay with it. Maybe end on him looking at the cell phone. Sure. I actually really like the ending the way it was. And the fact that he said, you did the right thing, you know. Yeah, there's kids that won't exist now and a family that never happened, but, you know, it made way for a future that had to happen. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one, is what they said in this episode. The Dark Knight. Both Ed and Kelly have been acting very out of character this entire season. In fact, Kelly has sadly become my least favorite character now, and Ed's change is just heartbreaking to me. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that myself. Brainy Specs, sorry, I'm just trying to clarify your position because it seemed like you were indicating that the kids never existed. If the kids didn't exist, the message didn't exist either. It's Schrodinger's timeline. It really is, because that article they had that said he died at 96, if they would have read the article, which I'm surprised they fucking didn't, it probably would have said survived by his wife and 3 children. Maybe he had more kids. So they would know he had fucking kids. So until they read that, they didn't know if he had kids or not. If the article didn't say he had kids, I don't know what to tell you. There's no simple answers. The point is, the future them had both the article and the message from him. That's why they went back in time. So regardless of when they rescue him, the message is already sent. So I don't know what to tell you. Pumpkin Spice says the new girl is dating McFarlane. Yes, she is. Trek or not. Fun fact, the Terran Foley has one nacelle ship as he rammed the other 2 up Phantom Menace's ass. I like that. Yeah. Laughable Larry. It was a little convenient Gordon launched right at the same time as Girl. Didn't bother me. Just wish they explained why 2015 better. Squadra Course. Doesn't really matter. We're having a fun discussion because it was a good episode. Trek or not. Their characters change because they are at war and under pressure. sucks the fun out of it for them. Possibly. I like that. I like that suggestion. The Dark Knight. I read it. It mentions the wife, but doesn't mention the kids. See, that's weird. That's weird. Matt Boardman. Sorry, had to remove that. We've been down the past many times. Oh, with Charlie. Yeah, sorry about that, Matt. Yeah. Anyway, The Dark Knight says she died a year after he did, but no mention of kids. Interesting. I didn't know that. So there you go. Maybe the kids didn't exist in the timeline that they got the article from then. Because usually an article says you're survived by the wife and the kids and the grandkids and fucking goddamn dog and fucking goldfish of a cousin. I don't fucking know. But it always shows fucking everybody you're survived by. So, or predeceased by, whatever. Brainy Specs, thank you for your honest confusion on it all, because it is confusing. I will not lie. However, I love talking about it. I just get frustrated because sometimes I don't even know what's going on. But it's time travel. Quantum mechanics gives me a headache, just like Janeway. I don't know, man. There's no easy answers. Nobody actually knows. And there's different time travel theories. Like even in Endgame, they explain how it works, and it's different than other times. Don't know. It's hard. Anyway, pumpkin spice, was it removed? What was removed? Never mind. We fixed it. It's fine. Brainy Specs. The article said that Gordon was survived by one child. Now there's one child. Maybe there was another article that Brainy Specs read that is a different article than to what the Dark Knight read. So maybe you guys are living in different timelines as well, where you saw different things from different articles from different timelines. I don't fucking know. Now I'm really getting confused. I have a goddamn headache. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, we are $5 away from a fantastic goal to end out the super chat. So if anybody has a $5 they can throw in for a super chat, I'd really appreciate it. BJ, survived by his wife, his 3 wives, 30 children, 300 grandchildren, 3,000 great-grandchildren. Whereas in all this time, I thought Taryn Foley was marooned on a planet. LOL. Or God 6. It was nice hearing Scotty from engineering. Wrong show. Going by the broadband issues, the non-Terran Foley was marooned at home. Maybe that's when I switched over from the Terran Empire, and that's the whole crossover caused the blackout. Or the outage. Ever think of that? No, you didn't. Time travel. Oh dear, time travel. My brain hurts. Affable Larry. Would be interesting if in the future episode they discover the timeline was changed by them not allowing Gordon to have his family. It was supposed to happen, so they would have to return him. I could see something like that happening, honestly, but I don't want it to. Bernstein Bears. There you go. Maybe this episode would be a great example of a possible Mandela effect. Hell yeah. Bernstein, not Bernstein. Exactly, it is Bernstein. Did C-3PO always have a silver lower leg? Yes. I know that because when I was a kid, I had the Star Wars storybook, and on the cover, one of the pictures in it. Where is it? Do I have it here? I have it somewhere. Anyway, yes, he always did have a silver leg. Prime fully entered a time portal and was back in his classic car. R2 has bigger ball bearings than C-3PO. All right, on that note, if anybody has a $5 super chat they want to throw in, that would be amazing to finish on that number. We have 66 likes, which is awesome. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit that like button. And if you're watching this after the fact and want to help out the channel or just show your thanks, there's a super thanks button as well, so you can do that. But I'm probably going to call it quits here in a few minutes. So if anybody wants to super chat, now is the time. I would really appreciate it. Get a huge thank you from me. Not that you want that, but yeah, I wasn't able to make it for Strange New Worlds. I'm with Kojiko and Tellus. I had no blackout, but was still affected because debit was down. Pumpkin Spice. Anyone where Carthart Workwear. Noticed how it's Carhartt? Two T's. I want to do a live on Mandela effects because there's quite a few very interesting ones I would love to talk about. I'd love to have gotten that message John got from Tala in the last episode. BJ throws in $1 with a last super chat snipe. Now we're only like $4 away. So anybody have a 5, a couple 2s? If Squadra Course is here and wants to go for the last super chat slot with $1, that'd be awesome too. But I am going to end it in a minute here. So Squadra Course, there you are. I knew, fucking reliable as shit. There he is. Now, if General Grievous is still here, General Grievous will snipe in too. We'll get to that $5, $1 at a time. Fleetpaw's not here, unfortunately. Fleetpaw would throw in money for that last super chat slot, but you know. To quote TFS Multiverse, theory is a bitch. Multiverse theory is a bitch. It is. Matt Boardman comes to the rescue with $5 and says, ping. Thank you very much, Matt. Cha-ching is more like it. General Grievous snipes in with $1 for the last super chat slot. Awesome. Rose says, thanks for keeping me company, and I hope next time I can see more of the chat. Good morning from the UK. From me, Rose Kirby. Well, good morning to you. Hope you have a great day today. And thank you so much for tuning in, Rose. Much appreciated. And I'll keep you company anytime. Just join me live whenever you see me, and I'll keep you company. Pumpkin spice. It'd be nice to go back when Haas was affordable. General Grievous, the $1 super chest snipe, thank you. Gas, that is. Oh, when gas was affordable, yes. I'd buy that for $1. Snipe. I now want my $1 back, Boardman. No. Nice. Snipe. LOL. Good place to end. Thank you so much, guys. It has been fantastic. I hope to see you. I don't think we're doing a live tomorrow at 4, but I might do a live tomorrow night if you guys are interested, or maybe tomorrow afternoon. I might do a live tomorrow afternoon. Have a surprise Monday afternoon live if you're available to watch it. If not, you can watch it after the fact. It'll be fun. But thank you so much for watching, guys. We do have a few lives coming out this week, and I think next weekend, this upcoming weekend, is going to be our Trekyards retrospective on Season 1 of Strange New World, which will be fun to talk about and go back and review our scores and see where the favorite episodes are, if they've moved around or whatever. So join us for that as well. Lots to see, lots to do here on Trekyards all the time. We're the hardest working Star Trek YouTubers on the platform, and we thank all you guys for your patronage and for your viewership and your everything. You guys are fantastic. The best goddamn community on YouTube. So thank you so much, guys. Until next time, I'm Captain Foley. You guys are you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.